Good day, everyone. This is Pilot Fields, and welcome to DDO Players News, where we take a look at the latest news in DDO and on the tabletop. And please welcome my co-host from Ravenloft, Dracula.
Hey now, everybody, how's it going?
Everything's going fine over here. Are the people in Barovia celebrating the end of the year, or the potential coming of the next year, or what?
Oh, they don't know what's in store for them in the next year.
Oh, they don't. Oh, you've got plans for them, huh?
But the Barovian New Year's Eve party is always legendary.
It's always legendary. No one ever forgets it.
That's right. Never ever.
Never ever. Well, then let's leave New Year's aside for now and head out into the news this week. But it looks like the only real news is that we have DDO Chronicle issue 313. Oh, what is this? Is an artificer playing Santa Claus?
That's the Jester.
Oh, the Jester comes in with Iron Defenders as his
Yes.
slave.
Yes. The Jester has a special way of coming to Stormreach. And I just saw on the forums, the Jester is in Stormreach. So turn your coins in now. Yes, the Jester is here. Happy Festivalt, one and all. Festivalt is upon us. But yes, as you said, really no game news, just our Chronicle. So we'll take a look and see what's exciting in the Chronicle this week. The third bonus D&D night, Waterdeep Dragon Heist. You would think I would know the title by now because I'm in the dang show. But I still mess that title up every week. Let's start that over. The third bonus D&D night of the Waterdeep Dragon Heist is now up for your viewing pleasure, as our Dwarven heroes, plus the Drow. I'm kind of mad they said our Dwarven heroes, because the Drow is a hero too. The Dwarves don't think so if you've watched the show. But
They don't think so. They don't think you're Dritz.
But you just watch the show and you see the amazing stuff I've done to get them out of trouble, and yet they still don't think I'm part of the group. Anyway, I digress.
Well, how long did it take for the 13 dwarves to recognize Bilbo as a member of their clan?
Well, that's very true, I guess. Okay, so I'm in good company, I guess.
Yes.
But yeah, the Dwarven heroes and a drow delve into the city sewer system, and they come face to face with a nightmarish horror that may kill them all. So check out the Waterdeep Dwarves, plus the one drow, as they come to the D&D night stream on December 30th. That's right, you can check out the show live, as we're actually going to play on the D&D stream. Usually we record the show and then it's played back, but this time we're going to do it live, Sunday, December 30th. So check that out. And then elsewhere in our fansite news section, Axel is taking a look at the new quest Lost at Sea. So check his thoughts out as he does his playthrough. We got a shout out for our last episode. DDO Cast has episode 541. They're starting a walkthrough of the Killing Time raid. So that is part 1. Brock and Friend, and the legend continues. So check out Brock and Friends. Love that show, as I've mentioned many times. Don't forget Fridays on Ice. They're up to episode 106. Latest episode of The Wonderful Damsels of DDO is now up for your listening and watching pleasure. And don't forget A Bard Life with Doug Glendower as well, as he is holding an Argo Guild recruitment drive. So check that out. And that's it for our fan site news section. Not a lot. I think everybody's kind of in that holiday mode right now where there's not really a lot going on. But we do have our Chronicle comment, as we always do. Question this week: what does the Festivalt Jester wear when it's not Festivalt?
What does he wear when it's not Festivalt?
When he's not in his Festivalt garb, what is he wearing when he's just kicking back throughout the rest of the year?
Throughout the rest of the year. Well, seeing that he has Iron Defenders dragging his sleigh, he obviously is an artificer, right?
Not necessarily.
Not necessarily. Well, I'm going to go by that direction anyway because
Okay.
I can't think of anything
All
else.
right, that's fine.
So therefore, he's obviously wearing gear for an artificer because in order to get all the stuff that he distributes, he obviously has to go around raiding places and the like in order to get all those cookies and candies and stuff like this, or at
Oh,
least for the money in order to get them.
sure. Okay.
So he's an adventurer in there, so he goes into his adventurer gear and he's shooting his repeater crossbows in order to get the stuff.
All right. My answer is he simply wears his pajamas because he just kicks back at home and relaxes.
Yes, but I thought of that one. That didn't sound enough of a plain answer. So.
I see. And to round out our chronicle, we do have our screenshot of the week, and that is Dusty explores the Thunder Sea in the 395th DDO screenshot of the week. And that would be from the new quest where you're underwater.
Ooh, and we're getting close to number 400.
We are 395th this week, so 5 away from the magical 400 screenshots. And that's our chronicle this week.
And what's on sale this week?
Well, we have the Hack and Stash sale, 20% off, Slayer Boost. We have the Loot Boost and Treasure Hunter Elixirs, Select Shared Storage. That is through December 20th. Also, through the 20th, we have the December deals. They are continuing. Some pretty good stuff this week. 35% off the Monk class. 50% off the Warlock and Aasimar race. So if you don't have a Warlock or an Aasimar, you have no excuse. It's 50% off. And 75% off Hearts of Blood. All during the December deals.
Oh, hold. That sounds like a rather strange mixture. SMR race and warlocks?
Yeah, it's kind of dark and light,
Yes,
per se.
okay.
Yeah. Both ends of the spectrum, as it were. And don't forget about our weekly coupon, which finally, I'm reminding you about the weekly coupon now, because you need this. A free Mummy Rot Cure Elixir. You get 5 of those when you use the coupon code NOROT, NOROT, now through the 20th. So Pine Leaf, this is your reminder. Get the Mummy Rot Cure, because when we go into the desert, you will need it.
All right, so I better go and work on that right away.
NOROT, no rot.
No rot. That's going to be quite a thing. Then that means it is time for us, because it's the last show of the year. There is not one on Christmas Eve. And for New Year's Eve, we already spoke at that last week where we're going to be moving to Wednesdays, which means that our next show then will be on January 2nd. But that means that today is the DDO Year in Review. And Drek, take it away.
All right, that is right. This is our yearly thing we do. If you have listened to the podcast in the past, you know, as Pine Leaf said, this is the last show of the year. So we look back at the year in DDO. What happened in the game that we love throughout 2018, and then we kind of say what we liked about what happened in the year, and then we give our yearly I can't think of the word I want to use. Resolutions, that's it. So we see how bad we failed and what we're going to probably fail at this year. But that's in a little bit. We'll cross that fail bridge when we get to it. So let's take a look at our year in DDO. The year started out April the 11th of this year. We had update 38, which was the Disciples of Rage. That, of course, was all the new quest, The Nightfalls and Stormreach, Quarantine, Madness of Crowds, Age of Rage, and Toxic Treatment. That also included the Renegade Mastermaker Artificer Tree, the Druid Pass, and the update 38 named items. Really quick, overall, what did you think about update 38? I enjoyed the quest. I thought
Let's see. Oh, yeah, because that was Disciples of Rage.
Mm-hmm.
I just remember that, unfortunately, the character I had that was at the level to do it, at least on the solo wise. Because of course I did it with you and enjoyed it there, but when I tried to do it on my own with my infamous monk slash warlock,
Oh yeah. Oh
it was
yeah.
like I think right after both sides were nerfed or something like that, and I was just ripped into 1,000 shreds in the first. I think like about a third of the way through the first quest. No, actually, no, not a third of the way through. I believe it was the first encounter. I was ripped apart. It was like, okay, forget it. So yeah,
Your poor Monklock though. That your Monklock has some issues.
yeah, that monk lock has a lot of issues.
So yeah, but overall, I think they did a good job with update 38. I enjoyed the storyline of the quest. Enjoyed all the quests. So overall, I think it was a good job. I didn't mess with the Master Maker Artificer tree at all because I don't have an Artificer.
Yeah, and I don't think it, and yeah, I don't think I fiddled with that.
And the Druid,
I should look at that tree at some point.
yeah, the Druid Pass I did mess with a little bit because I do have a Druid. It's kind of a weird, because that's like my Druid Warlock kind of weird conglomeration thing. But I enjoy what they did to the Druid. I can't say
Yeah.
that I played a straight up Druid, which I might have to do just to see how it differs because I used to just play my Druid as a Druid and then I changed it. But anyway,
Well,
I
yeah,
digress there.
yeah. In my case, I've only reached level 4 so far. So obviously, I haven't gotten. I'm not even too sure if the Druid Pass affects you by level 4 yet.
I don't remember. I don't think so. Probably not as much.
Yeah,
But.
so I'm probably going to find out later on how that is.
So then we moved into the next big thing last year, which was Update 39. That was White Plume Mountain and Other Tales. That was released on Wednesday, July the 18th. Of course, included White Plume Mountain and Other Tales. The Other Tales were kind of a big deal. Another Man's Treasure, Memory Lapse, and The Price of Freedom. And then White Plume Mountain itself. This also included the Favored Soul Beacon of Hope new tree and the War Soul / Angel of Vengeance, the Cleric War Priest, and the Universal Falconry tree. Melee survivability changes for epic contents and epic defense fighting and other changes. Whew, lots of stuff in Update 39. Also, the Update 39 new named items. And we also had some loot updates for Crystal Cove and the Fiarlan Carnival heroic loot. I tell you, I cannot speak tonight. I'll be glad when this podcast is over. Good grief. So, Update 39, what do we think? First of all, let's talk about...
Yeah, yes, and yes.
yeah, there was a lot to love on Update 39. We'll save White Plume Mountain for a second, but the Other Tales, which were the quest that Standing Stone made themselves, kind of a big deal. Another Man's Treasure, Memory Lamp, Price of Freedom. Loved all of them. Loved the storylines to these.
Yeah, but there are a couple points in the Price of Freedom that can get you tearing out your hair.
Yeah, that's that was the only one I was kind of like, really? Did you have to do all these puzzles and all these dumb things in it? Really? But, other than that, liked it. My favorite one out of all of them was definitely kind of a big deal. That, hands down, was my favorite quest out of this quest pack. And I will run that as many times as I can because I just love it.
Okay, if we're talking about of the 4 other of the level 6 ones, yeah.
Yeah. So now let's jump into White Plume Mountain. How do we think they translated the tabletop D&D classic module White Plume into our DDO game? I'm actually going to say I was surprised at how good it was.
You were surprised?
Well, and I say that in the nicest way as possible because I know they can do it because look at what they did with Temple of Elemental Evil. They did that justice. And, of course, Ravenloft, they Ravenloft is just freaking amazing. So I know they could do it, but White Plume is kind of it's up there with Ravenloft as one of those. I have fond memories of playing White Plume and pen and paper. So I'm like, I don't know how well this is going to go, but I'll give them the benefit of the doubt. But I think they did amazing. I think they hit all of the highlights of the module. There was, some stuff they left out, but that's okay because, not everything can translate from pen and paper into the video game. They have to take some liberties and change things a little bit. So overall, I think White Plume was fun. I enjoy running it. I ran it several times, and that's another quest chain that, once I am up into that level, around level 9, 10, I'll make sure my characters run White Plume because it's fun.
In fact, that's one of the rare ones where I've been known to occasionally. Okay, it's the first thing I run when I hit level 9. And if I need a little bit of extra experience after doing what I want to do at level 9, it's okay, back to the White Plume Mountain.
Yep, exactly. So overall, good job. Once again, did not mess with the Universal Falconry tree at all. I know you did a little bit.
Yeah, I've taken that on. At least 2 different characters have dabbled in it. And in fact, I think that's the main tree I'm working on for the druid I have. So sort of thinking of it as an extra pet that I have going around.
Oh yeah, that's right.
And my Dragonborn has been using it as a secondary tree.
And as far as the favorite soul changes, I haven't messed with them at all. I don't have a favorite soul, so yeah.
Yeah, and I didn't really mess with them because, yes, I know I have a favorite soul, but I know I'm just not enthused about that class.
And then the Fjarlin Carnival heroic loot updates. We'll find out soon because I'm pretty sure the characters that we reincarnated will probably run Fjarlin because I love that quest line. Other than the first stupid quest in that quest line, I hate a small problem. I hate that quest. But once you get past that one, exactly. Yes, I do. I have a big problem with the small problem. But after you get past that quest, I love the rest of the quests in that chain. So hopefully we'll find out about some of the new loot that they have. And Crystal Cove loot update, yay, I guess. I'm not a big Crystal Cove person, but I did like the changes that they did with the loot. So I didn't update any of my items yet, though. Maybe I'll do that at some point, but yeah. So overall, I think big thumbs up from both of us for update 39. And then we moved in to the next update we had last year. That was update 40, Cloaked in Darkness. Wednesday, October 3rd is when that came out. And that, of course, included Killing Time, which was the new legendary raid. And we got our Wood Elf sub-race. And we got the update to the Night Rebels. And that was the Instance Delira's Graveyard and the Grave Work quest, and then also the Eternity Unleashed, the Spectral Dragon came back, and we also got cosmetic cloaks that were visible in DDO for the first time. So yes, DDO now has cloaks. Then we had the named items, and Sentinels of Stormreach also got their heroic loot updated, just like Fjarlin did in the last update. So the raid, no clue, haven't done it.
Ditto.
So we're not big raiders, as you can tell if you're a fan of the show. So nobody is shocked that we have not ran this raid yet. So we'll move on to the Wood Elf. Love it. 2 big thumbs up from me. I am enjoying the heck out of my Wood Elf that I'm playing. I actually have a couple different ones that I'm playing. One on my main Cana server, and then I have another one on another server that I'm playing. So overall, love the Wood Elf.
So what makes the Wood Elf so good in your eyes?
I like the +2 dexterity. So
Oh, rogue. Yeah.
makes it good for me because I tend to run either rogues or rangers. So hey, +2 to dexterity, sign me up.
Oh, that's right. And because I run arties very often,
And then in the
it's less likely for me. Yeah.
yeah, and then in the other parts of the tree itself too, there is some stuff that lends its well, I think to rogues and our rangers. So I just love it. Then the Night Rebels. I love Night Rebels. I loved what they did with Delira's Graveyard. I like that it's all instance now. The server lag is way better during the event now. No lag, no people camping in the graveyard. Took a little bit to get used to, but after I got used to it, I was fine with it. Enjoyed the heck out of the new Greywork quest. Liked what they did to it. I liked how they worked it into the original framework quest. It all makes sense. The Spectral Dragon Eternity, enjoyed that quest as well. I never got to run the original Spectral Dragon, so it was interesting for me to actually be able to like see it and kind of feel some of that fun that people had when they were actually doing that big dragon raid. That used to be a thing.
Oh, I've never had a chance to do that.
Yeah, so unfortunately, neither one of us did. But see now, and then did you ever? I can't remember. Did we run that quest when we ran the Night Rebels this year? I can't remember. I know I ran it. The
Oh no, when I said it, I didn't run that quest. I meant Eternity.
the Unleashed. Oh, okay. Oh, I guess we'll have to run that next year then. I thought we ran that. Yeah, it's fun and it's got a puzzle in it, so you would love it.
I thought it was for 6 or something like that.
No, I was running it solo. No, you can actually do it by yourself. Yeah,
okay, or did we do? No, because I only remember doing Greywork.
I know we ran Greywork, but I don't think we did Eternity. Next year when the Night Rebels comes back, we will run it.
Okay.
And then the cloaks, yay, I guess. I mean, I don't know. I was never that excited about cloaks. Even in like other games that have cloaks, it was never that, yay, I have a cloak. But and so far, I haven't really found one that I really like. I do like the look of the Featherfall cloak, though. That's the one that I'm still wearing. I like the look of it.
Yeah, that's a nice looking cloak.
Supposedly, there are some awesome looking cloaks. I just, with my RNG luck, have not pulled a nice looking one yet. So hopefully at some point, I'll get a cloak that I'll be excited about. But I have seen a couple, as I've seen players run by me, that I whispered to them, and it's like, hey, which cloak of that? I kind of like the look of that. So we'll see. I do like the Reaper cloak I got at a Night Rebels, though, over on Wayfinder. That cloak is pretty cool. So I guess I did find one cloak I like. And then update 40 named items. RNG, me, suck. Haven't pulled any of them. So then the Sentinels of Stormreach. The loot update. Once again, our new characters. We'll run that quest chain, I'm sure. So maybe maybe you will pull some of the new loot. I of course won't, but
what level is Sentinels of Stormreach?
9, 10? I think. I can't remember. I don't. It's been so long since I ran that.
Oh, okay. Which quest chain is that? Is that the one with the Zoria?
No, that is the one that is in House Beneath.
Oh, House Beneath. Mm-hmm. Okay, you mean the one that sends you to places like the... Oh, boy.
You go to the Bargain of Blood Bazaar.
Oh, the Bargain of Blood Bazaar.
That one,
and
then,
that one.
Oh, that one, yeah. Wow, it's been so long since I ran that, I can't remember the other quest in that. And then you got to storm the beach. You go to the beach, and then you kill all those ballistas that will one-shot you. Well, I guess it depends what level you're doing it on. But yeah, that quest chain. I'm sure we'll run it. We usually run those quests, so we'll see what happens there. And then let's jump into update 41, which is the latest update DDO got. The Corvair shipment released not too long ago on December the 5th. That included the new quest Lost at Sea, which is a free-to-play quest, so that is awesome. We got the Bard Song Pass, the Eldritch Knights Pass, new arcane spells, Raid Loot Pass, and some new items as well. Enjoyed the new quest. I mean, it was okay. I thought it was really short.
Yeah, it was a freebie.
But exactly, it's a free-to-play quest, so... I kind of like how they're setting everything up for Sharn. It was all about Sharn. It kind of had some flavor tests. Yeah, so it's kind of nice what they're doing there. Wasn't so keen on the underwater fighting. I didn't enjoy that all that well in Red Fens either. So, but I guess it's nice to see them going back to that, as long as they don't do it too much and overuse it. Every once in a while, the whole underwater thing would be all right. Don't have a bard. Can't talk about the Bard Song Pass. Eldritch Knight. Can't talk about that either. New arcane spells. I have not played any of my spellcasters since this.
Ooh.
Raid loot. Nope. Don't raid. Don't know what to talk about that. And of course, RNG hates me, so no named items. I have pulled. And I don't think when we ran this, I don't think we pulled any named items. I don't think you got any either. I'm trying to think. Not that I can think of, at least. So.
Well, you know that you're much better at spotting named items than I am.
Well, that's very true, because I'm always like, oh, you got it named. You're like, I did? So, yeah. So... overall, the year in DDO, we got 4 updates. It doesn't seem like a lot, really, but till you look to see what was included in all the updates. And I would say DDO had a pretty good year in 2018 overall. So let's go into the fun part of this discussion that we always have. And we find out, what do we think was the best update of 2018?
Well, I don't see any contest in the matter. Update 39 was so full of check.
Yep, we both actually agreed on this one. Update 39, White Plume Mountain. Last year, it was Ravenloft hands down. This year, another classic module took out. White Plume Mountain was our favorite update of 2018. So then, what is the best non-raid or non-quest thing that was added to DDO in 2018?
And in that case, I would say the Falcon Tree.
And I'm going to go with the Wood Elf. So we differed on this question.
Yes, that's because, well, I play RDs and you play...
Rogues mainly rogues, yes. Sometimes a ranger splashed in here and there, but pretty much rogues. Then I have a feeling we're going to agree on this one. What are we most looking forward to in 2019 for Dungeons & Dragons Online?
Well, when you consider that they have not yet put out the producer's letter.
True. The only thing we know is what they talked about at Gen Con.
Right. And so, of course, the one thing that we know for sure that they're coming out with are, well, 2 things I can think of that they've announced so far. One, of course, is the Tiefling, which you probably guessed by now I'm not excited about. You're probably more excited about that than I am. And the other thing they've announced is Sharn.
Correct. And I am actually going to go with the Tiefling.
You had Sharn.
I'll be honest, I had Sharn down because I completely forgot about the Tiefling. And then when you said that, I thought, oh, yeah, Tiefling. I want my Tiefling. So, yes.
What's your Tiefling?
Yes. I've been waiting forever for a Tiefling, and my dreams are going to come true sometimes in 2019. Because at first I thought they were going to be dashed, because remember there was a long time ago where they said they could never do the Tiefling because they were having problems with the horns and the tails.
Right.
And then I thought, my dreams are dashed upon the rocks, and now my dreams are alive again. So don't take my Tiefling away. Standing Stone, make it happen. You said you were going to. Right. So now we'll get into the fail part of the conversation. Our DDO resolutions. So let's go back to 2018. This time last year, we were excited in 2017 about all things 2018 in DDO. We had grand plans to do things in DDO. Pineleaf was going to get his ASMR to level 15 with no veteran status allowed.
Right.
And did you accomplish this?
The last time I played my ASMR was this week. Well, I'll go into that later. But my final level is 8. And I came to the conclusion that I don't like favored souls. Why did I make the character a favorite soul?
You know, I wondered that when you did that to begin with.
Yeah. That was guaranteeing that I was not going to be able to complete the.
Yeah. Okay.
And every time I had anything really good when I came across some other things lately that distracted me, for example, things like the reboots that we did, where getting my character up to level 20 so that we could restart with new characters, and so I'm liking my druid that I'm playing with you on there. So that's one of the things that got me distracted. The other one is my Dragonborn Artificer, where when I was thinking of playing something solo, I tended to go to that character. And forgot completely about the ASMR until you reminded me of it, I believe, the last week's show.
It was after last week's show, yeah, because we were kind of discussing, oh, hey, this is going to be the last show, so we're going to have to do our year-end DDO thing and our resolutions and all that. And you were like, oh, yeah. So let's get mine out of the way here. Get any character to level 28, run the Haunted Halls of Evening Star, and run the Strahd raid. Yeah. No. Just no. I failed yet again.
Yeah, and I know you would have wanted to do the Strahd raid. You couldn't find 11 other people to talk into it?
I don't have a level high enough. You gotta...
That's the level... that's level 28 only?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
That's just
so, gotta get to level 28 before I can do either of my 2 resolutions. So, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. And then we also have some other gaming-related resolutions as well. So, Pineleaf, I think it was the episode after our year-end episode last year, laid out this insane 12x12 challenge that he was going to do for himself.
Yeah. And of those, the idea there was to play 12 different games 12 times. And of those, this is one of those things where whenever you get a new game, you get distracted from what you're doing or something like that. And that happened a lot this year. And then when our little secret... Did we ever announce the secret project, what that is?
No.
Yeah, okay. When we started working on the secret project and other things like that, well, of course, all the time that I had allocated for playing these games sort of disappeared. So of the 12 games, which I need to play 12 times, I had 4 where I could say that. So I got about a third of the way through, because I was to play Aeon's End 12 times, and I did participate in the solo marathon earlier this year, and while doing that, I managed to play the game 12 times there. One Deck Dungeon, Forest of Shadows. I've played that, the cardboard version of that, 11 times, but I also played it once on the app. I also did a lot of One Deck Dungeon on the app that was not Forest of Shadows, but Forest of Shadows, I've done that once on the app on there. So that's a total of 12 playings. And one of them was to do all 12 runs of the Minecraft Parkour Challenge, which I did do. Oniram, played 12 rounds of that. using each of the expansions at least once. So I had a game where I had playing with that expansion each time. Plus, I combined a few during the later runs to get the total of 12, with the last one being using all 7 expansions in one big huge game. Those are the 4 that I succeeded in. Now, of the failures, the one I had the best excuse for has to be Deep Space D6 because I set this out to play. The plan was to first play it without the big boss for each of the 4 ships, then play each of the 4 ships with the revised big boss, and then play each of the 4 ships using the expansion's new deck. And the new deck arrived today.
Good timing, I guess.
Good time. So it was impossible to because there was no way I was going to in 2 hours get 8 planes
Right.
because that deck also included the revised big boss. So
Oh,
therefore,
gotcha.
yeah, so
Okay.
that's 8 planes I would have to have done between 5:30 and 8:30
Right.
in order to, no, there was no way to. So that was when I had the best excuse for is because yes, what I was waiting for in order to play it was not yet available. And that means I should avoid making resolutions on things that it could be iffy on if they're delivered on time.
Well, it's true.
Yeah. But anyway, 4 out of 12 is my result there.
Well, that's not too bad. So, I mean, we'll give you a pass on that one. All right, so what are we going to set ourselves up for this year? So, Pine Leaf, what are your DDO goals and then your gaming goals?
Right. Now, this again involves the number 12, but not 12, not exactly 12 by 12. This is in these 12 cases, this includes DDO, which is why I'm talking about this now. I have a relevant goal on each of them. Now, I'm only going to talk about 4 of them right now, but I am preparing a list of 12 different items in there. The first of these, since we're talking about this is a DDO show, is to get my Dragonborn Artificer to level 20, currently level 10. So to get the 10 levels in there. Now, I'm going to score myself based on a 1 to 10 rating for each of these.
Okay.
And my goal is to get at least 100 points. Now, obviously, if there are 12 items, 10 points each, theoretical, a perfect would be 120, but my goal is to get at least 100 points in there. I don't expect to get everything done. But Dragonborn Artificer, that means 1 point per level, so I'm hoping then maybe to get at least close to level 20. Now, the Dragonborn Artificer, this is a character that I've really been liking, and it's been my go-to solo character for a while in there. And I'm just about to go into Ravenloft, which is always a favorite area to do.
Mm-hmm.
So I am excited on getting in there and hopefully getting a good run into there. So that would be the first one there. Second one, it involves Aeon's End Legacy and to run that complete campaign. And I received my copy of that today. So that one came just in time to say that I know I've got it.
That's true. Timing worked out, so you can honestly say you're going to give it a good try.
Right. I don't have any good excuses for that one since I got it a full year before I have to finish it, right? Arkham Horror, the card game, in that one, my goal is to finish 5 campaigns, and each of them with a different investigator. So I can't use the same investigator for any. So therefore, 5 campaigns is my goal on that. I currently own 1 campaign, which I have done once, and I've got most of a second campaign, and the rest of it is going to be arriving over the next couple of weeks. So I should have plenty of time in order to do that. So that's the second one then is Arkham Horror. And finally, in Lord of the Rings Online, I think we've mentioned that they've recently opened up a progression server, so a new server. So I created a character there, a warden, and of course I have a rule that on each of the English-speaking servers, I need to have a character called Pine, my main warden called Pine Leaf if possible. And on that character, I'm expected to get Skirmisher of Middle Earth. Now, I don't seriously expect to get Skirmisher of Middle Earth by the end of the year, so my goal is to have at least 10 of the 18 skirmishes all ready, all prepped, finished the deeds in order to have. So I'll be halfway to Skirmisher of Middle Earth in that case. In fact, it might even be impossible to complete Skirmisher of Middle Earth on that server before then because I have a feeling that they're not going to open up the last skirmish, the one that's set in down on Methedras, until probably 2020. And if that's the case, obviously getting the title itself would be completely impossible until then.
Okay, and then real quick for those that do not play Lotro, because I know there's probably some in our audience that know
Right.
Lotro but don't play. What is the Skirmisher of Middle Earth title that you're trying to get?
Okay, Skirmisher Middle Earth is a title. It's run in. We have instances in Lotro called skirmishes. Think of them as similar to dungeons in DDO, except that they are fully scalable. You could scale them based on they scale on any level from when they unlock, which the first ones unlock at level 20 all the way up to level cap. And you could also set a tier to make them more challenging and of course get better rewards, all that kind of stuff. And they also are scaled based on size, either one player, two, three, six, or 12. Now I know in DDO at least you have more in DDO you have more flexibility in scaling things based on group size because you can do 1 through 6. 4 or 5 I think is handled pretty well in DDO. Lotro doesn't handle 4 and 5 all that well. If you have 4 players, then you're running it as the 6-player version, so you'll be a little bit more challenging in that case. While DDO, I think the regular instances run for anyone from 1 to 6, and I don't know how they scale it internally, but they somehow do so. And I know DDO has quite a bit in difficulty rating where you can set the casual. So you can take tier 1, tier 2, tier 3. Like tier 1 might be normal, tier 2 would be hard, tier 3 would be what do they call that third level? Because I keep on thinking epic, but epic is the high level stuff. So what I forgot what the
That that would be Reaper stuff.
no. Oh, I thought Reaper was above that.
Oh, I'm sorry, Legendary.
No. I wasn't thinking. No. I was thinking you have casual, of course, but you have normal, you have hard, and then you have
Elite.
Oh, elite. That's the
Elite.
word. Elite.
Okay. Oh, that's what you're talking about. Elite. Yes.
Elite. Yeah. So you have those 3. So that'd be almost equivalent of tier 1, 2, tier 3 for that. They don't. You don't have Reaper in Lotro, fortunately. I have no trouble with tier 3. Anyways, so it's scalable instances is pretty much what it comes down to. And in those, you have something called encounters. Think of them as optionals, except in this case, there are 2 optionals that are available in each skirmish. So in other words, you don't have all of them available as you would in DDO usually. Almost think of them as rares, I guess, is a good way, I guess, of describing it, where you have rares where sometimes they're there and sometimes they're not. And whenever you complete one of these encounters during the course of the run, you would get let's see, whenever you complete one of those, you get a tick on a deed that you're completing. And when you complete all of them, you get a title related to that skirmish. And when you do it for all the skirmishes, then you get the title Skirmisher of Middle Earth.
Okay.
That was pretty long-winded, wasn't it?
Well, I guess it's kind of hard to explain, but
But anyway, that's the idea, is to get halfway to that title during the course of the season. And I'm pretty sure that they will the get the first round of skirmishes released by the middle of the year. I think they're currently planning on somewhere around March getting the first batch of those, because they'll be releasing Moria then. And when you release Moria, you need at least 3 of the skirmishes, and they're probably going to be having more than that.
Okay.
We'll see. And as I said, I'll holding the rest of them. There are a couple of Minecraft related ones, but I think I'll hold the rest of them in reserve, since we don't want to take up the rest of the show discussing them.
All right. As far as mine, I'm going to set myself up for failure yet again this year. DDO wise, level 28, any character, and haunted halls. That's all I'm going to set myself up for. Going to fail yet again this year, but at least
level 20. What's your highest level character right now?
22.
So you have only 6 levels to go.
Well, that's true. But that's on Argo, and I never play it that much. I'm going to start.
Oh,
but anyway,
okay.
We'll see. So, yes. I might have a good shot, because I do have the 3 Amigos static group that I'm doing, and we are going to try to play at least once a week. So if we do that, we might actually be able to get somebody up to 28. So we'll see what happens. But that is my DDO goal, level 28 and Haunted Halls, because I have fond memories of running Haunted Halls of Evening Star and Tabletop. And I've been wanting to run that in DDO forever and have yet to do it. So
now, is that a regular dungeon, not a raid or anything like that?
It's a regular dungeon, yeah.
Okay, but only available at level 28.
Yeah, I think it's 27, I think, is what that... It's 26 or 27.
Okay.
It's not actually at 28, but I just want to get somebody to 28.
Oh, I thought 28 was because last year you had the Strahd raid as your
right,
one.
Right. And we'll see, and then that would be the other great thing. Once I get to 28, I could do Strahd then, so... Because I have people that will do it with me. I know people that will run Strahd with me, but I just have to get level appropriate on said server that they can run it with me, so we'll see. But if that happens, cool. Not a goal. 28 Haunted Halls. That's my DDO goal for the year. And then my tabletop gaming goals, pretty easy goals this year, I think. The one is going to depend on my friend and his kids, though. The goal is to start and finish the new Betrayal Legacy. So I know my friend listens to the show. I'm going to need 27 of your precious hours that you have. I need 27 hours from you and your kids.
For Betrayal Legacy.
Yes, because the legacy aspect of it takes 27 hours to play.
Notice how we had different legacy. We both chose a legacy.
Yeah, that is kind of funny that we both chose legacy games. I didn't think about that until I was just kind of glancing up at yours while I was talking here. So yes. So my friend, I know you're out there. I need 27 hours. Work that into your calendar sometimes during the year. Don't have to be all at once. We can spread it out. But I need 27 hours.
Yeah.
And then my other goal is, I was thinking I wanted to do something fun for a goal. And I thought, I haven't played Castle Ravenloft, the board game, for like ever and a day. So my goal is I'm going to bust Castle Ravenloft out, and I'm going to complete all of the adventures in Castle Ravenloft. I will probably do it solo. I might... do it with if my friends or some of my friends or one of my friends over or something, I might have them play it with me. But I'm not saying I'm going to do them all solo, but I'll probably tend to play most of them solo. I'm going to complete all the adventures in Castle Ravenloft.
Well, I think I fell a little short on that one when I was.
Yeah,
I got about 7 or 8 of them done, I think, this year.
Yeah, so we'll see. So there's my 2 tabletop goals and my 2 DDO goals. So we'll see about this time next year. We'll see how bad that we failed at our goals. And that is a look back
Yeah.
at 2018 in DDO.
At least with mine, I'll have actually an actual number to look at to say how bad it
True,
was.
that's right.
32, not quite 100.
Well, we'll see.
Then let's go and have a look at what's coming in from the dungeon. Where Deborah Ann Wool is to DM for new Dungeons and Dragons show on Geek and Sundry.
I am a huge Deborah Ann Wall fan. Many of you know this. If you don't know who she is, she was Jessica in True Blood. And she also starred in Daredevil. Hashtag canceled too soon. She is going to team up with Geek and Sundry for a new Dungeons & Dragons show called The Relics and Rarities. And the world of Relics and Rarities is immersive with sets designed especially for each adventure. Players are going to have unique puzzles and props that will make their gameplay even more exciting. And through the world is established a rich, and none of the gameplay is scripted. A roll of the die could change the direction of the quest or the character's fate. That means that you're going to want to tune in every week to be present for all these surprises. And Deborah Ann Wall has been a big Dungeons & Dragons fan for years. She actually created the world of Relics and Rarities. She created all of the adventures she's going to be running her players through, and as I said, she's been an outspoken fan of Dungeons & Dragons for a long time. She's done many interviews about it. You have seen her on other shows. Of course, she was in the second season of Force Grey, so you know she's got the player chops, so we'll see if she has the DM chops. And Deborah Ann says about this, "I'm so excited to finally announce my new show, Relics and Rarities. We've assembled a stellar creative team along with an amazingly intricate set design, props and puzzles, a hilarious and surprising cast, and an original world and campaign of my own creation. You're going to have to watch what tricks I have up my sleeve." The only negative part about this is if you want to watch this, you have to subscribe to Geek and Sundry's Alpha. That's right.
Yeah.
It's behind the Alpha paywall. Wah, wah. They did say after a while, they haven't said how long, it will be released onto their YouTube channel. So you will eventually get to watch it at some point. It took forever for Tabletop to come out behind the Alpha wall and get out to YouTube. And that's basically what killed the Tabletop show, is the whole Alpha thing. So
yeah, because I haven't heard anything about. I think I even lost track of Tabletop last year.
Yeah, Alpha killed it. So we'll see what happens with this. God love Geek and Sundry for still pushing Alpha and still trying to do stuff like this to get people to subscribe, but I don't even know if this is gonna get me to I don't know. We'll see. Check out the little teaser trailer. Not a lot in it, but pretty cool nonetheless. So Deborah Ann Wall is going to DM for the Relics and Rarities show. Too bad it's behind the Alpha paywall, though.
Oh, well. Then let's go and see what is on the tabletop, though. You'll need a pretty big table for this one.
Yeah.
Yeah, because Hasbro is opening a theme park.
Yeah, did the world really need A Hasbro theme park? Was this really a thing that we needed?
I,
Apparently, Hasbro thinks so.
I am just dreading the look of the Monopoly roller coaster.
Yeah, you heard us right. A Hasbro themed indoor water park and family resort is going to
Oh,
be
indoor.
built. So, yeah. And the Hasbro involved properties that are going to be included in this are going to be Magic the Gathering, Monopoly, and Candyland, along with their toy brands My Little Pony, Nerf, Mr. Potato Head, Hungry Hungry Hippos, and a few others. There's a glaring omission from this list.
Dungeons and Dragons?
Exactly! I mean, come on! We need this. We need D&D in this, because then we can say, hey, look, a Dungeons & Dragons ride! Yeah.
I could just imagine. Yes, a ride and you go into the mouth of a dragon.
Yeah, exactly. What could possibly go wrong? But no, we're not making this up, folks. There is really going to be a Hasbro indoor water park and family fun. I don't get this. Bruce Nabinzer, who is the co-founder of Imagine Resorts and Hotels, that's who Hasbro is teaming up with to make this come to life, says Hasbro is the ideal partner for this new endeavor. It is a family-friendly, globally relevant brand that will provide us with an amazing palette to work with as we create the ultimate vacation resort for families and fans. So there you go. Monopoly, Magic the Gathering, and My Little Pony in your theme park. I don't get it. And I don't get why they're not doing D&D. This screams D&D, but okay. So anyway, if you were holding out for that Monopoly water ride, your dreams might come true next year when this is set to open.
Right.
I won't be first in line, but maybe you will. I don't know.
And where did you say this was going to be?
They have not announced that yet.
You mean so it could be anywhere in the country, but you did say indoor, right?
Yes.
So that implies then that it is not being slated for Florida, because if it was slated for Florida, I would think that they would have an outdoor.
True. Yeah, it is going to be
instead.
indoor, and the plan is, hopefully, if this takes off, it is going to be a resort chain that will be all throughout the United States. The people that they are teaming up with, I should say, the Imagine Resorts and Hotels, are the same people that created the Wolf Lodge set of theme parks, which I know a lot of people have heard of. Wolf Lodge. It's very popular with families and kids. So it's going to be based off of that, but it's going to have a Hasbro theme to it. So I don't know. We'll see. Don't get it. The whole thing is weird.
Yeah, that's the way things are. Then let's go see what's on the big screen. Though it looks like this time we're talking about the big screen itself.
Really big screen. Yeah, Viotech, you might have remembered we've talked about their monitors in the past. Viotech is going big. They just announced a super ultra wide curved 49-inch gaming monitor. 49 inches.
Jeez, okay.
A 3,840 by 1080p resolution. 49-inch gaming monitor, Pine Leaf. 49 inches of pure gaming goodness in front of you.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, 49-inch 32 by 9 ultra-wide display, ultra-thin bezel-less design, 144 hertz refresh rate. So I said 384 by 1080 resolution. It is a curved monitor, and it's got 1,000,000 to 1 contrast ratio, 16.79 million colors, and a 99% sRGB gamut. 49 inches. Wow. This is available now over on their website for the introductory price of $799.99. After the intro price has gone away, $990 to get a 49-inch monitor on your desk, finally.
All right. So they just wanted to be able to say under $1,000, I guess.
Well, true. I can't even fathom this. I mean, I can't
figure out where to fit it.
Yeah, that would be my problem too, because because right now I have like 2 monitors on my desk, because I run 2 computers. I have my gaming computer. Well, actually, I have 3 computers, but that's the point. I have my gaming computer, that I have my gaming monitor, and then I have my other computer, and then my podcast and my audio and video editing computer that I have a KBM that I share a monitor with. So this would take up my whole desk. My desk is, I'd have to measure my desk, but I have plenty of room for the 2 monitors on my desk. I could probably fit this 49-inch monitor, and that would be about it. That is huge. So if you have the desk room and you want to really immerse yourself into gaming, check out the Biotech 49-inch gaming monitor. It is the model number SUW49C for those wanting to look it up on Biotech's website.
Let's head on to our week in gaming. And what were you up to?
Nothing.
Nothing?
Well, I played DDO with you, and then
right. So why don't you go over what we played together?
Was pretty much it. Sure, I can talk about that, because that's all I did in gaming. It's a long, sad story why I don't game much anymore. But anyway, that's neither here nor there. We did the Against the Slave Lords. You were on your ASMR, because you remembered you were going to try to level that up, because you remembered about your goal at the end of the year.
Right, and then I learned why I
yeah, that's right.
not
after we played for about 5 minutes, you're like, oh yeah, favorite soul. So yeah, we did the Against the Slave Lords, and I was on one of my rangers, I think. It was like a ranger that I created. I did a level 7 ranger for some reason, and I don't remember why I did it. And then I never played it much. So I just thought, yeah, we'll run that because I'm pretty close to your level. So anyway, we ran that. We did the Slave Pits of the Undercity, and then the Secret of the Slaver's Stockade. I don't know if we're going to end up going back and finishing it out, or we're just going to call it done. And because I'm sure we'll run this on our new characters that we created anyway.
Right.
But enjoy Against the Slave Lords. Enjoy Travis Willingham and his DM work. Roar. Roar. So yeah, that's it. That was my week in gaming right there. Yeah. So how about you, Pine Leaf? I hope you did a bunch of stuff.
Well, first off, I decided that in one last try on progressing my ASMR before I gave up, I decided to go in and try the assault on the area of the Slave Lords. And it was going around rough, but I was getting through until you come to the point where you fall in this pit with the gelatinous cube.
That can be tough if you don't remember it or you're not ready for it.
Right. So I fell into this gelatinous cube. Now, I managed to get out of the pit, but then, of course, the gelatinous cube followed me out of the pit.
Oh, nice.
And as a result, there's absolutely nothing I could do because I was pretty much stun locked by it after that. So there was absolutely nothing I could do until it finally killed me and my cleric, and so it was all over. And I just said, "Forget it." So that was the end of that. Actually, no, it wasn't completely the end of that character because I did decide to go into Thrall of the Necromancer in House Jarasco, and I did run that. And once I ran that, I noticed, wait a minute, I looked to see what else I had pending around, and I noticed that I had the return to Dalara's graveyard there. I went back to see what was my status there with Dalara's graveyard, and I went to Dalara, and to my shock, she was offering me the final reward. I had done all of Dalara's graveyard at some point with that character and never bothered picking up the final reward.
Oh, you're kidding me.
Yeah, there I go. There, here you go. This is the last time you'll ever be on this character. Here's a voice of the master for you.
Oh, jeez.
Boy, that would have been really useful when I was trying to level the character. And I think the ultimate irony is that apparently at some point the character had also picked up, so I think I was using a different trinket at the time instead, a different trinket that had a 5% XP bonus. I thought, when did I pick up that little piece?
Oh, dear.
So that was the weird thing going on with that character. Now, in Minecraft, I had completed, well, okay, I had failed in the Minecraft Hardcore Challenge for December. Actually, I had actually done it twice. I had successfully done it and using the original setup for the current version and all that stuff. Everything went well. It was the most boring footage I ever recalled in there, is because my character managed. It was the treeless challenge, and it so happened that it was even more literal with me. The rule is you couldn't chop down trees that you were not allowed to chop down trees that were spawned in the world, but you were allowed to chop down cultivated trees. So most of the players find saplings in a chest in the village. So when I was going through my official run, of course, I had absolutely no saplings in the village chest. And as a result, I spent the entire time digging, trying to find, without getting too many dark areas, trying to find some coal so I could at least have something to work with. It took me like 7 days to find coal or something. It was just ridiculous. And as a result, it was really. And it so happened that something corrupted my voice in there anyway, so I just gave up. All right, boring content, and now being forced to do voiceover for it. If I wanted to have voice for it, I just threw it out.
Oh, jeez.
I threw that out and restarted, and what I actually posted was a second run using some snapshots, and so happened that there was this villager outpost up there, and I thought, okay, let's do some stuff with that villager outpost. All right, I was doing that. Things went pretty well in that section, of course, but not too long. And of course, I'm thinking of the villager outpost and what I could do with it, how I could prepare for that. And of course, this creeper decided to come behind me and blow up.
You and those creepers.
Yeah, those creepers. I just hate those creepers. As a result of that, I had started a new series that I'm running now, which I'm calling the Pillagers of the Desert. And this is using the same seed with that Pillager Outpost. And this was with the latest snapshot version that was posted, that was released just before I recorded this. And they updated the desert villages. And things really, first off, the desert village, they look a lot prettier, but it so happens that this village generation for this seed had no chests. Unlike the old version of the villagers had a chest in it, this one did not have it. So here we are, desert village, absolutely no wood anywhere. I was assaulted by mobs, so I couldn't get any from raiding a ship or anything like this. So it was like really awful on what happened there. And I decided, all right, now here's my real challenge: trying to run an entire Minecraft series without any wood. Okay, I can get sticks from dead bushes throughout the desert, but I did not have access to wood in any way or anything like this. But the only closest source of wood was the villager outpost. Now, of course, good luck trying to take the pillager outpost because, of course, it's well guarded. So I go up there, and I'm finding that those pillagers are a lot more in the previous version when I did when I got blown up by the creeper. And I wound up killing one of their captains, and of course, they came for revenge, and they wiped out my village. They
Oh,
wiped out
jeez.
every villager in my village. And I was wondering, how long does this thing go? I thought it was going to be one wave, but no, then they came in a second wave. Halfway through the second wave, the raid suddenly stopped. I wondered, why did the raid stop? It's because they killed everyone in the village.
Oh, good grief.
All right. So I'm going to have some fun, I guess, trying to get revenge against those pillagers and see what I can do. But anyway, I started a war against the pillagers, and the pillagers won the war. So all it is time for revenge. And in my railroad challenge, I started building the final station, and I decided I needed some scaffolding in order to get this right. So I made a long journey out to a jungle, and it so happened that there was an icy biome, a a snowy taiga, I think, right next to the jungle. Now, why there's a snowy terrain right next to warm terrain, I've got no clue. And it so happened that there was a snow village right next to it. So I had my first look at a snow village, which is something new in this snapshot. So I had some interesting things, and I was able to see all through there. And I got the bamboo that I was after, so I could build some scaffolding to make building a little bit easier in the future. Now for tabletop, I played around a one deck dungeon Forest of Shadows so that I could at least have complete that particular goal, that portion of the goal. I went against the Forest Dragon Indrax, who I did pretty well going through the dungeon because this is a campaign character, and I built up quite a number of points in there. I was getting pretty strong in there, but Indrax went whack, 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 dead. So that didn't go too well. And then I also finished my campaign run of the Dunwich Legacy in Arkham Horror, the card game, and I think it's more accurate to say that the Dunwich Legacy finished me. You know how
Of
Arkham Horror
course.
is.
Yep. Well, of course.
And I also decided to run the original campaign that we had in there. Is actually Return to the Night of the Zealot. And I decided to run that one with Rex Murphy. I don't know if you're I don't know if you are familiar with the characters from Arkham Horror.
Not enough to tell you who Rex Murphy is.
All right. Rex Murphy, I think, is the best and appropriately named character in the entire Arkham series. Because, okay, Rex, you know what Rex means, right?
Apparently not.
Okay, Rex means king, okay?
Oh, okay. No, I did
Okay.
not know that, but see,
Yeah,
I
yeah,
learned
Rex
something
means
today.
king, okay? And that's why they called King of the Dinosaurs Tyrannosaurus Rex, because of that.
Oh, okay.
And Murphy, what do you think Murphy means?
I would have no idea.
Well, the first thing I think of Murphy is anything that can go wrong will go wrong.
Well, yeah, I was going to say the only Murphy I know is Murphy's Law.
Right. Okay.
Okay.
So in other words, Rex Murphy means the king of bad luck.
Okay, perfect.
And
My
that
kind of
is
guy.
you're correct. And that is exactly what Rex Murphy is. And in fact, I was watching Z Garcia do a run through of one of the campaigns in Arkham. He was going through a scenario of Arkham Horror, and someone made a comment after he drew Disc Pro, Someone says you have the luck of Rex Murphy, is what someone said. And of course, while I'm playing as Rex Murphy, at least during a couple of scenarios, I also had the luck of Rex. No, Rex Murphy includes some auto bad luck stuff as it is, but even discounting his curse, I still ran into a couple of extra bad luck things. But you have no right to complain about the RNG when you're playing Rex Murphy. Because that was completely in character for Rex Murphy to be killed by bad luck. We currently have 21 supporters on Patreon. If you'd like to help support DDO players, simply go to the donations page where you can support the Players Alliance on Patreon. There you'll find rewards, including a mention on the podcast of your choice, or even be guests with us for an episode of DDO Players News. And perhaps one of your goals for next year should be to get those new rewards out.
Sure. Next year.
Next year. Okay, you'll add that to
I'll
your.
add that to the list.
You'll add that to the list. Yes. We did not have any emails this week, but if you'd like to send us one, you can send it to podcast at ddoplayers.com. You can also follow us on Twitter at Players Alliance, at Players Alliance, DDO Players at DDO Players, Dracula at Dracula_72, and Piney at Piney Feels. And you can also follow Drac on Twitch at Dracula_72. The Players Alliance has 2 live shows every Saturday at 8:30 p.m. usage time. You have Load Your Players News, and every Wednesday at a time that's still trying to be determined, most likely a little bit earlier than it is being done now. We have DDO Players News. But you could also watch these shows on ddoplayers.com/live. And that's all for tonight. And this is Funny Feels wishing you a Happy New Year.